All right. Thank you for joining me. I am Brian Banks from Your Career Day. Can you give us your name?
Christopher Kinsey.
Okay. And where's your hometown?
I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay. What is your career title?
My career title is captain of a 737 aircraft.
Okay. Okay. Now, what does that entail?
Responsible for the operation and safety of the passengers, the crew members, even the cargo. From the time we begin our flight, from the time the aircraft is even ready to begin to the time we land and have completed our flight at our destination. So I'm responsible from the beginning to the end.
Okay. Now, what type of education is required?
Well, at least a high school diploma nowadays. When I was
Mhm.
going to school, it was definitely a college. You had to be a college grad, but
Okay.
because of the shortage of pilots that is out there in the industry right now, they moved the standards back to a high school diploma. Now, that being said, you still could sell yourself better if you do have some kind of higher education,
Okay.
whether it be community college or a 4-year, degree somewhere, but something that shows you're determined in your education, and that helps out.
Okay. Now, what type of person is best suited to be a pilot?
Well, obviously, you can't be afraid of heights.
Right.
But um, definitely somebody who's outgoing. In the airline business, you have to be a team player. You have to
Mhm.
be able to work with other people, especially in the cockpit, because safety is so important
Right.
that
Right.
the two of you work on the same page throughout the entire flight for the safety of the flight. Be able to connect with your coworkers, your flight attendants, your gate agents. I have to be able
Okay.
to communicate with them so the whole machine works fluidly so we can
Right.
get people from A to B as efficiently and as safely as possible. Um, good, obviously good communication skills.
Hmm.
So someone who's outgoing, someone who's not afraid to express themselves,
Okay.
to uh, I say defend themselves when they have to, and be able
Mhm.
to praise others when
Right.
they deserve it. So that kind of a person.
Okay. Now, what was your road to your current position? How'd you get here?
Well, I went to Indiana State University where they had a flight school in the university, so
Okay.
I could get a 4-year degree, and my degree is actually called professional pilot technology.
Okay.
Um, that's where I began to learn to fly. And then afterwards, after my brief attempt, I wouldn't say attempt, my brief exposure to the military, because when I went into the military to be a Navy pilot, they
Hmm.
found something wrong with my eyes and it was an automatic medical discharge. So I had to go home. So
Wow.
when I went back home to Philadelphia, I worked on the ramp for a company called Midway Airlines as one of their
Hmm.
ramp service agents, basically a baggage handler.
Yeah.
And while I was doing that, I was applying for work around the country to be an instructor, because when I graduated from college, my highest flying degree was a flight instructor, where most civilian pilots build their time to get to the airlines. That's where they initially do it, as
Oh,
instructors, teaching
okay.
other people how to
Yeah.
fly. So I got a job at Bowling Green State University, just south
Hmm.
of Toledo in Bowling Green, as a flight instructor. I worked there for a couple of years to build some more time, and then I got a job with a small mom and pop company called TAS Aviation in Defiance, Ohio, just west of Bowling Green.
Okay.
And what I would do there is I would fly at that time, when we were still using checks, canceled checks from Toledo to Cleveland, and then Cleveland, Toledo, back to Defiance. And I would do that
Wow.
5 days a week. And that would build time. And that was the quality time that I needed to improve my resume, because I got to fly not a single engineer plane, but a 2 engineer plane, which is very important in my business because all the airlines have multiple engineer planes. So that's where
Right.
you have to build your time there. From there, I got a job and that's what brought me to Michigan. I
Mhm.
got a job down the road here at Willow Run Airport for a cargo company called Reliant Airlines.
Okay.
Reliant mostly flew auto parts around the country from different plants to plant. And
Right.
that's where I was able to get the real quality jet time that I needed to show on my resume before I could apply to the airlines. And once
Okay.
I did that, I went to my first airline job was with Frontier Airlines
Mhm.
out of Denver, Colorado. And I was flying 737s then. Did that
Okay.
for a year and then finally got on with American, who I've been with now for 24 years, flying different jets. And I was a flight engineer too when I first got hired too, where I sat sideways on a 727. But that's how my career path took me to where I'm at now.
Wow. That's an interesting career.
Yeah.
Now, how did you know this is what you wanted to do for a career?
I would say probably after my grandmother took me on my first airline ride when I was about 7 years old, 7 or 8 years.
Mhm.
She took me to Florida to visit family. And first time I looked in the cockpit, I was, blown away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was sitting in the seat looking out the window. I was blown away and said, wow, I really wanted to do this. I really
Yeah.
want to do this. And by that time, when I got back from that age to about, my early teens, I
Mhm.
would beg my mother once a month to take me out to the airport so we could just look at airplanes go up and down.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's what I, kind of knew that's when I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay. So, final question.
Sure.
What advice would you give to someone that might want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, obviously, number one, do your best in school. Do your
Right.
best in school. Take the classes that are meant to improve your knowledge for this kind of work. One of them being geography. You
Okay.
gotta be you gotta be good at geography. Obviously good at math, but not you don't have to be a brainiac.
Yeah.
Just be able to do your basic arithmetic stuff. Um, and then I would say look into the flying schools around your area. There are a plethora of little small airports that you can go to that
Mhm.
have introduction flights.
Right.
And they will give you introduction flights so you can go up with somebody in an airplane and they'll take you around, fly you around the pattern and see if you're interested. And
Yeah.
they can give you all the information about their schools. I'm also a member of the Tuskegee Airmen International Museum here in Detroit.
Okay.
And we have a program where we have introduction for kids to um, take them up on introductory flights and expose them to other pilots. And we have programs to help them build the time that they need
Okay.
to get their private pilot license and then their commercial pilot license, and then guide them and direct them to a path to being an airline pilot. There's
Okay.
also a program that we have at American Airlines called AA Cadet Academy that'll
Mhm.
literally help people go from zero time to the time they can fly at my company, basically by getting them into a flight school.
Mhm.
It costs money.
Right.
Obviously, save up your money. If you
Yeah.
can get scholarships, obviously that helps a lot,
Yes.
even more. But it just save up your money, and then you can go to the flight schools that American Airlines has established.
Mhm.
Once you complete those flight schools, they'll certify you as a flight instructor to get you connected to a school where you can instruct while you're
Okay.
still building time. And
Right.
then once you build all the quality time, they'll put you into one of our regional companies, our small companies that
Mhm.
feed it to the major airline. Once you build up enough time and experience there, then you get an automatic flow, what we call a flow, from that small company to our company, American Airlines.
Wow.
You've gone through their entire system.
Yeah.
So those are the pathways I would say. And obviously networking, like we're doing right here.
Yeah.
Connect with people like me, Mr. Banks, and others so we can get you connected. Networking is one of the biggest keys
Yes.
when helping us become pilots. One of my good friends who was my mentor, a man named Calvin Roberts, who was a
Mhm.
captain at United Airlines. I knew him from back in our neighborhood back in Philadelphia because he lived
Okay.
across the street from my grandmother's house. And he was my mentor, and he connected me with our organization, the Organization of Black Airline professionals. At that time, it was called Black Airline Pilots. Now
Mhm.
it's just called Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals,
Okay.
OBAP for short. Once I got connected there, I was able to connect with a lot of other Black pilots
Mhm.
in the industry, learn from them, talk to them. They mentored many of me and my contemporaries who are in the airlines now. I even was able to achieve a scholarship through them to get jet training on the 737 at United's Training Center, free of charge. And that
Wow.
even helped improve my resume. So that's another option. So networking, uh,
Mhm.
getting out to the schools, taking a look around, get an introduction flight so you can see if this is really something you want to do, and just stay connected as much as you can with us, and we
Yeah.
can help you on your path.
That's great advice. I really appreciate that, man. I
Oh, no problem.
think that was a lot of good information that we hope kids can learn from. And now, I said that was the
No,
last question, but I do have a
no
follow up.
problem. Go ahead.
So, is there a age requirement for being a pilot?
Uh, to get to the airlines and to build that experience, you're probably going to be in your mid to late 20s by the time you get to the airlines, depending on how much time you can build in a certain amount of time. There are many people who had parents who owned airplanes, so they were learning to fly in their teens. So
Right.
you can actually get a private pilot's license at 16, just like in a
Okay.
car. Okay, but you can't go. You cannot be a full-fledged pilot, commercial pilot until you're 18 on up. But
That's
once
good.
you get to that point, you just start building time. Some people are fortunate. They had family members who were pilots or connected them to other jobs with other companies early in their career. So
Yeah.
by the time they got to the airlines, they were in their early 20s.
Right.
That's unusual, but people have done it. But usually around your mid to late 20s, early
Yeah.
30s, sometimes you can get to this airline. Now, we're all forced out at 65. That's
Right.
the oldest the FAA would let us go. It
Right.
was when I got hired, it was 60, but they moved it up to
Yeah.
65 back in the mid 2000s or so.
Okay.
So you work till you're 65, or depending on how much money you've made in the airline business and put it away properly,
Right.
you can leave at 60 if you want, but you're forced out for sure at 65.
Yeah. Wow. Man, Chris, I really appreciate your time, man.
Oh
I
man,
really love the advice. I'm a fan of planes as well, so
oh cool.
this information is good for me. My son loves to go out to the airport and watch the planes anytime we
Oh,
can. So
sounds
this,
like a future pilot.
all right. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate your time and wish you all the best moving forward.
It was my pleasure, man. At any time, man. Thank you very much for allowing me to do this.
Oh, you're welcome.